Hey, I'm Josh with Walkers, and today we're out here getting ready for bear season in Minnesota. And so what that means and entails is, one, we're setting bait sites. Not actually baiting yet, it's not quite season, but making sure that we've got cleared out bait sites ready to hunt. Trails are cleared, just like you're gonna do for any other critter that you're chasing in the woods. Like, you gotta make sure you can get to and from your hunting sites, and that's what we're out here to do today. So I've got chainsaw, brush cutter, all the goodies to make sure that we're ready to go once bait season prep really gets kicked off. Well, step one, we got trees and storm damage on our trails here on the way out to the first site. And so I've been running these helmets and like chaps and all that stuff that keeps me safe when I'm running the saw. But one of the biggest challenges I have is this old helmet, after a couple of years, doesn't really seal up nice around my ears anymore. It does when I'm standing here just hanging out, but the moment I get down and I'm running the saw, that suction or that seal breaks. I run these Walkers foamies, mix those in underneath these muffs with my safety gear, and that helps me keep the hearing I've got. So here at one of our black bear sites on the farm, and what you can see off in the distance there across this pond, I've got my bear hunting blind. Like, that's where I actually sit when I hunt this set. I've got a bunch of little maple and everything else popping up in here, and every year I come in right on the pond edge and I brush that stuff out so that I can identify what I've actually got here on the bait site. So if I'm sitting 250 yards across the pond, it's almost dark and in comes this little black blob into the bait site. What I need to be able to do is identify whether that's a good boar, whether that's a big cub. Like, if you just got a black blob at last light and you got brush in the way, that's a challenge. I need to be able to identify what it is here on the bait site so that I can take a good ethical shot at the type of critter that I want to harvest. I'm gonna take my brush saw or my brush hog and I'm gonna hog down all this stuff right up to the edge without getting into the cattail stuff. I'm not gonna mess with any of that. Well, now that we got this first bait site all set up, I figured I'd just take a second to talk with you about why we chose this spot specifically. You think about a big old bear during hunting season, it's hot. We're getting them fat and happy with all the good stuff that we give them in the bait. And so one, they better be secluded. So we've got some trails coming in here on the back corner of our farm. And those trails already intersected through this area. Two, you can see I am literally right on the pond edge, right? I've got a 16-acre pond out here. I run my bait 20 feet off the water, so they can get fat and happy, come down here, grab a drink, go back into the shade, lay around, and they don't really need to leave, right? I wanna make them totally comfortable. So we picked a spot that they already used, and then we stuck a bait as close to the water as we could get away with, which also gives us an opportunity not to bust the bears in this area if they're hanging out during the day. This is a perfect spot, and we've had some good success off of this bait on our farm. Thanks for hanging with us as we got our bait sites all set up. Hopefully the discussion around location and sort of why we picked this site was helpful to you as you're thinking about setting your baits this year. For me, I'm around loud stuff, guns all the time, and I think some of those firearms safety tools, stuff like these foamies, man, they will protect my hearing at a higher level than any of the traditional safety equipment ever will, especially if you're not getting a good seal on something like that. So I'm taking the same stuff from Walkers that I'm using on the gun range, bringing it out here to the field for farm maintenance and making sure that I'm protecting my hearing. So I'd encourage you to do something similar. If you got anything out of this week's episode, jump in and subscribe below. We got a whole bunch more content like this coming up. And if you got big plans for a bear hunt or you got other strategies, we'd love to hear it. Drop them in the comments below.